So it's definitely been a trying time today. So today we met with the funeral director, who's also doing the body, and we learned some interesting things. So I'm not going to go straight with the details. If you want to know details, I'll talk to some of you guys one-on-one. Those of you who are close to me or in the medical community, or if you have if your parents recently passed away, I'll help you out. But I'm not going to post any details about certain things on YouTube. Or even details about certain family members. It's funny, when you have a death in the family, you find out a lot of different things, and people show different sides of themselves during this type of tragedy. But I'm not even going to go into that. Now, I could talk about multiple things that I've learned during this thing with my wife, this tragic thing, but I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot, and it's hard to say whether I learned some things. I think some things just got re-emphasized or reviewed for myself through the Lord in my life. One of the things I think just got reviewed is just living in the moment. It's funny, I was thinking about that as we were going through my mother-in-law stuff. I was thinking about that, but also I was listening to a couple of podcasts, and one of the guys touched upon that. And one of the things they touch about is, being in the moment. When you focus on the moment, live in the moment, that will not only help you out with meditation, because that's all meditation. If you were to break down meditation to the most common denominator, and don't get me wrong, there's all different types of meditation. I'm not trying to make it seem like it's easy or try to devalue meditation, especially people who take it seriously, who are certified in it. But a lot of meditation deals with living and focusing on right now, focusing on where you are now, not thinking about what you're going to do tomorrow or the hour from now, or even 5 minutes. You're focusing on right now, whether it's your breathing or your thoughts, or how does your toe feel. You're focusing on the here and now. Not only will that type of thought process help you out with meditation, but it'll help you deal with things like addiction or compulsive personality type things. I'm not saying compulsive personality disorder. I'm not trying to be a clinician here, even though I am. I'm not a psychiatrist, but that's a whole different subject. But what I'm talking about, if you have a problem, it's like you're eating it's like if you're eating some Oreos. If you slow down and enjoy that first bite of that Oreo cookie or that first scoop of ice cream, just maybe you'll enjoy it enough such that you're not going to eat the whole sleeve. Because you're eating a whole sleeve of Oreo cookies because you're just shoving it in your mouth. And you're thinking about the next cookie, shoving it on. So now it sets off a cascade, a chain of events. And same thing with ice cream. If you scoop that ice cream into your mouth and you think about the next scoop of ice cream, next thing you know, you had like 2 servings of ice cream. But if you just slow down and enjoy that first Oreo taste in your mouth, oh my gosh, you'll cherish it here and now, and you'll have less desire to want more in the future, because you already had your fulfillment now. You already have that surge, that energy, that experience now. The same thing with ice cream cookies. But I'm gonna bring it back to something more personal when it comes to personal relationships. Okay, just maybe, and I don't know why this came to me, but just maybe you would hold less grudges towards certain family members. So just maybe you'll explode or less likely to snap at certain family members, or more likely to be unselfish towards a family member or generous towards a family member. If every once in a while you just focus here in the moment with a family member. For instance, I like to look at my kids, watch my kids, and the reason I love my kids, and not the reason I love them, the reason I'm so people may consider me so good with my kids, because every once in a while when they're playing, I freeze myself in a moment of time and watch the 2 kids, and I'm thinking about, wow, she's 10, he's 6. These are 2 little babies right now, and I'm cherishing the moment of them playing with each other. I'm looking at my daughter's size, shape, facial expressions, how she talks. I'm looking at my son's size, shape, facial expression, his high-pitched voice. And I'm like, wow, this is the here and now. We are here right now, July, August 2015, and I'm watching my kids play together, watching them interact, and they're loving each other, make fun of each other, watching how he depends on her, and that he still looks for her approval and all that stuff. I'm in the here and now. And just maybe when I do that, that makes me less likely to run off and get on Facebook, or not want to run home and spend time with my family. Just maybe, just think about a loved one, whether it's your brother, sister, niece and nephew, or a spouse, and you just spend some time just looking at their hands, looking at their face, looking at their eyes, looking at their hair, looking at their face expression, just paying attention to the way they speak. Just maybe you may fall in love back with that person again, or realize, why did you marry that person in the first place? Just maybe. I'm not saying that's going to be true. Things happen in life, but a lot of relationships, even sibling relationships, niece and nephew relationships. But I believe when you just slow down on life and live in the here and now, that gives you the best chance for success when it comes to your job, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to focusing on certain tasks. What do I mean by tasks? I'm going to bring it back to certain tasks. You have to study for a test. Okay, you just sit down and focus on memorizing that concept right now. Understand? Don't think about the fact that I have these other. No, focus on the concept you're going to do right now. And when you're done with that concept, you're done. You leave that concept and move on to something in the future. See, there's something to do. I think in life we too much worry about what's going to happen in the future. There's value in that. Don't get me wrong. There is value in that, which is why you need to prepare, have insurance involved and everything. You need to think about the future. Don't get me wrong. You need to think about if you take a job now, how would it affect your future? And too many people live in the past. It's okay to think about the past because you don't make the same mistake twice. There's certain people who show you who they really are when you think about, when you look at them from the past. But what I'm saying is we need to also value the fact that there is some value in focusing on here and now in the future. There is value in that. There's value in, I think so much we bring baggage with us from the past, and we put a lot of value in our baggage. We act certain ways, or we become prejudiced or racist because of what things we've seen in the past, and then other times we put so much in the future. Telling people what we're going to do, what we will do, or what we're going to achieve. What are you doing now? Why are you not putting more value in the present? So we always talk about the future and past, but we need to put more value in the present for the purpose of achieving our goal, for the purpose of loving each other, for the purposes of doing many things, of many more things in life. So we need to focus on the future. Focus on the past. I mess up every once in a while. So that's what I've learned, many lessons during this thing. I think a lot. I like to think and focus on things. And this idea, I'm not gonna patent it. I got this little bit of this idea from a podcast I listened to a couple of days. Actually, today I listened to it. But I listened to so many podcasts. I have all these ideas in my brain. I forget who I heard it from. So, but just focus on the present. Just focus on the present. There's a reason why they call it the present, because it's a gift. It's a gift. All right. Love you guys. We're still in Boston. While I'm here, I'm still working out. I'm still working out because the guy who's helping with my back was saying we can't change anything. So he said, don't get me wrong, it's okay to be sad, but it's one of the few things. Death is something we can't change. So I'm still working out, not as hard as I usually am, but I'm still working out. I still got to come back and do two things. Well, actually, mostly one thing is I still have a team to lead. I still have a beach body team to lead, and I still have a dream of making myself a success and my people under me a success, my downline coaches who I am personally sponsoring a success. So you're going to see me talking about Beachbody a lot because I really feel like I was meant here to help as many people as possible. Plus, I would love to have that freedom to be able to spend time with my family and not wait 3 whole days. I'm still ticked off about that. That's why I sent that Shaggy video. That's right, what? Anyway, so let's get it going, guys. Let's get it going. Time has not stopped because of this tragedy, so I still have to help as many people as possible. I still have a mission. I still have a goal to get people as fit as possible, to get people off these medications. You don't need medication. You need to eat right and exercise. That's all you need. And I will be coming at you with the size. I will be coming CIZE with the size workout. All right, peace out.